Good day, everyone, and welcome to another epic episode. Welcome to News Luchi. Welcome to another political chat. I'm your host, Osabelo Gazuma, Umshuluzi, Ungamalala, and I say welcome to join me. So, one of the biggest news we have is that Paul O'Sullivan, let me just put it correctly, self-proclaimed forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan opens a criminal case against Cedric Nkabinde. Remember Cedric Nkabinde, the man who went there to the Madala Commission and said that Paul O'Sullivan has captured the state, the real state capture.
He was in charge of us.
How was he giving you instructions? Was he calling you, or he was coming to your offices, or he was sending you SMSs? How did it happen?
He come to the office, he hold meetings with us to tell us what to do. At some stage, he will go and interview our witnesses, portraying as if he worked for IPID. Having our letterhead of IPID, he will just call you to come and sign, and it's done everything.
Yeah, because you know what I'm trying to understand here is how does an outsider who does not work for SAPS how does he has so much influence in SAPS operations? Where is he getting those powers from? I mean, it means the system is very loose at SAPS. Anybody can just go in and call staff members and invite them to a meeting. Is it loose to that extent that anyone like myself, I can just go to any SAPS offices here or IPID offices and say, guys, let's meet in the boardroom, let's have a meeting, and give you instructions?
Yeah, no, they are in charge. He is in charge.
But where does he get those powers from? Because for you to be in charge, you must get powers from somewhere.
Hey, we don't know. Maybe this, at least now, it's revealed now to the higher authority in Parliament.
So
because
can you...
this thing was never even attended to. My report was never even interrogated, except that Minister Cele used it not to renew his contract. But the allegation, they were never dealt with. In fact, I'm the one who's suffering outside, that even when I've got an opportunity to get a job, Paul O'Sullivan will send one email to stop me. Now, it means even this appointment, I only got it because it was a hierarchy from a political office. He could not stop it.
And now Paul was not happy there. Remember that he sent a message to Nkabinde threatening him and told him that your day is coming. So it seems like the day for Nkabinde to face now prosecution has come. So what did the affidavit that was made by Paul O'Sullivan say, right? Because we know that the self-proclaimed investigator Paul O'Sullivan proposed the statement to open a criminal charge against Mr. Cedric Nkabinde in offense of perjury. While under oath and testifying at the ad hoc committee of Parliament, he unlawfully, intentionally lied and in so doing misled parliamentary ad hoc committee. So this is what now the statement made by Paul O'Sullivan in charging Cedric Nkabinde for criminal offense. Sure, yeah, things are happening in South Africa. Yeah, and Paul O'Sullivan, yeah, he thinks that he thinks that he can just do whatsoever that pleases him and no one will just hold him accountable. When people try to correct him or to hold him accountable, he fights back. You remember that he has a lawsuit against Lieutenant General Dadlam Khwanazi for suing him 10 million rand. And everyone everyone that has come and testified today that implicated Paul O'Sullivan. Paul targets those people and is coming for them. It's a pity because we are told that this man is in charge with some very serious departments that has to do with the police and judiciary. And he uses that. He uses courts, he uses police, he uses private investigations to target those people that he, according to him, claim that they are his enemies. So now he's coming for Cedric Nkabinde because there at the Haro Committee, the men testified against him and exposed Paul O'Sullivan. Chief of Staff in the Police Ministry, Cedric Nkabinde, has alleged that political interference in the criminal justice system by private investigator, self-proclaimed private investigator Paul O'Sullivan. He accused Paul of corruption and political interference in the criminal justice system by private investigator Paul O'Sullivan. He claimed that he has power to influence operations in the South African Police Investigative Directorate, IPID, and National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, despite having no role in these institutions. Sure, that is what he said. Listen to this here. Nkabinde told the committee that O'Sullivan sent an email to then National Commissioner warning against his appointment, even copying Nkabinde in on the correspondence. In that email, he said, "You dare appoint the man Nkabinde." At the bottom of the email, he said to me, "Nkabinde, how do you think I'd miss this one? I told you I won't let my eyes off you." That means, according to O'Sullivan, I must suffer for the rest of my life while he's still alive. And indeed, I was not appointed based on the one email from O'Sullivan, which shows how powerful he is. When I asked to describe O'Sullivan's role, Nkabinde said he doesn't play any role in SAPS, but he's in charge. He can send one email and everything stops. And he continued to say that this was the real estate capture. IPID is under his payroll. Judiciary is under his command. Now he's using the same weapons that defend him. That is Paul for you. And the country is just quiet. They are just benumbed when it comes to this person, right? This Paul O'Sullivan. So this is a real estate capture. He alluded on how the man who has a dual citizenship is running the police departments and judiciary. While he was busy exposing Paul, his phone received a message. Paul O'Sullivan texted him and giving him a threat. Do you remember that? Watch this video here.
Sorry, Chair, to disturb the process. I think it's important that I put this message, which I received now, into the record.
Yeah.
As I'm eating there, I received this message from Paul O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
"Get ready, you lying crook. I am going to make sure you spend some years in prison. You were bribed by Mkhwanazi and Mabula. Now you will pay for your crimes, guaranteed."
Paul was not just saying much. He was just saying simple threats, simple things, you know, in front of the TV. Nkabinde exposed everything. I don't know what was happening in the mind of Paul O'Sullivan, but it shows that the man was very angry. And, you know, Paul is those old folks that when they get angry, they will not just get patient enough to wait until the next morning. They will just come at you and attack you right there. That is the power he has. That is the authority that he's used to, right? So you write him the message. He says, "Get ready, you lying crook. Sure, I'm going to make sure that you spend years in prison. You were bribed by Mkhwanazi. You will pay for your crimes, guaranteed." So now he has filed the affidavit. He has opened a criminal case against Cedric Nkabinde. So Nkabinde already now is about to pay. So the old man Paul O'Sullivan is coming for Nkabinde's head. O'Sullivan's affidavit says that I don't have a transcript of the lies to the ad hoc committee. However, News 24 gave running commentary on Nkabinde's testimony, which I attach here to. I will use this as a basis of my complaint. So that affidavit that he has gave, this is the affidavit. He is just laying his complaint against those who have accused him of corruption. Now he's turned the script and flipped everything around and is pointing at them to say that they are the ones that are corrupt. On page 5, Nkabinde falsely claims that I'm in charge of the police. This is an outright lie, and Nkabinde knows it as an outright lie. He goes on to say that I'm running the police and the National Prosecuting Authority, NPA. He goes even further to say that I'm running the Independent Police Investigating Directorate, IPID, which he also knows to be an outright lie. He goes so far as to say I run IPID from the outside, whatever that means. Near the top of pages 5, Nkabinde alleges that I will go to IPID offices and interview witnesses there. This is another outright lie. I have never in my life interviewed any witness at IPID offices. Later, I will explain Nkabinde's motive for his lies to Parliament. Sure, we can't wait for you to come there. We can't wait for you to come at ad hoc committee. We can't wait for you to come at the Madlanga commission, because there's a lot of things. There are a lot of people who have pinpointed out Paul O'Sullivan. So Paul O'Sullivan is a well-qualified PhD liar. He's lying. We know how Paul O'Sullivan was fighting Dumisani Khumalo. He made Dumisani Khumalo to almost lose his job and to be arrested because Paul had some quarrel with him. So now he comes and denies everything to say that he has no influence, he's not in charge. So that is what the debate is about. The man is in the defense mode. He's defending himself and just clearing himself of any wrongdoing and corruption. This man loves not to take charge but to blame others of misconduct. On page 4, Nkabinde alleges that I was involved in a project to ensure that General Phehlane was not appointed as the National Commissioner. Nkabinde knows that to be a total lie, as he knows I had opened a docket with IPID against Phehlane for corruption. Phehlane is on trial for very offences on which I opened a docket. He falsely informed the Parliament that I wanted Robert McBride to be the Commissioner of Police, a known and intentional lie, which the later changes and says McBride himself wanted to be the Commissioner of Police. On page 3, Nkabinde runs with a complete lie that there was a meeting with McBride, 2 white males from AfroForum, and AfroForum guaranteed that funds will be available, and that the purpose of what he now says is a plot to bring down Phehlane, and that I was spying on Phehlane. I assume Nkabinde refers to a year and a braai at which various people were present, but not a single person from AfroForum was present. There was no meeting and there was no plot to bring down Phehlane. There was a criminal investigation into Phehlane, of which at the time Nkabinde was a part of as an employee of IPID. I will later explain how Nkabinde was bribed to become a member of the team of criminals Phehlane has assembled to save himself from prison. Near the top of page 3, Nkabinde lies that I received funding from overseas to interfere with Justice Cluster. This is another fabrication under oath of Nkabinde, and he needs to be put on trial for intentionally lying to Parliament. By this stage of the day, I had started receiving calls from journalists who wanted me to comment on Nkabinde's lies to Parliament. Although the journalists did not refer to them as lies, they spoke as if Nkabinde was being truthful. So one thing I want to say about Paul O'Sullivan is that he knows too much the affairs of police. He knows who did crime with who at what time. He knows who did what. He knows who was appointed illegally. He knows who did this corruption. So he knows, he has information. The man just proves that he is involved too much, but he is not appointed. He does not hold any office. He's a self-proclaimed forensic investigator that has no credentials or even appointed by any department in South Africa. So who is the criminal here so far? So I don't know. What's your take on Paul Criminal O'Sullivan? Please leave your comment on the section below, and you can subscribe to this political YouTube channel. Until we meet on the next video, and I'm out.